Okay, so just did the quick demo. That was the first video. The second one is going to be actually getting the code, and then I'll just take you through that a bit and show you how to get all of this kind of up and running. You won't have access to my Airtable, but if you quickly create something, we're going to go into how to actually connect the two together. You're going to have to bear with me for this. I have only done this once. We are here. So I've got Visual Studio Code. I've got the ASK-CLI all configured. I've got Git running on this, so I can go and get my code. And yeah, let's create something. So we're going to call this F1 quiz. Oh, it already exists. That's clever. F1 quiz new. Love the naming convention. CD F1 quiz new. Good. So git clone. I'm gonna put in the link for this. So the first thing you're gonna need to do. Let's. Can't have numbers, so we're going to have Formula 1 quiz. You can change the source directory. I'm just going to keep that the same for now. We are going to change in each of these. I think it all needs to be lowercase for this section, but we'll go through. So the first one, skill.json, is just the bit that's going to configure everything. This is actually the invocation name. So we're just going to change that for Australia. Oh, yeah, change it. And then you're going to want to go into the, what we got, quiz template. Oh yeah, actually creates a folder when you copy it down. CD into lambda, CD into that, and then it's going to pick up the package.json. You can do NPM install, so you can need NPM configured. And then the only bit you're going to need to do at the start is, just so it all ties up with whatever name you're going to give it. So if you're going to do Formula 1 cocktails, some TV show or whatever, if you go into index.js, the table at the bottom, that's going to be the database name. I'm going to change that to F1 quiz data. You can just change that later, but I have to make sure I change it because I've already got this delivery one and I'm copying. So what should happen now? Let's do an ask deploy. Might get an error here, but might have to do a force. Let's leave that set in the background. So back to my skills. So we've already created a Formula 1 quiz. It's just been copied over. Got all the languages. And then this is going to take a minute. Okay, so we're back now. Copied over. Don't try and run it yet. It's not going to work until you connect it to something. So if I try to demo it, it's not really going to get there. We are going to have, this just refreshes, bring up lambda. It's Alexa quiz is the name it's copied over from. We're in Node.js. When you go into this, you're not going to have any DynamoDB because it hasn't connected through yet, but we'll come on to that. One thing you will have to do is it's going to create the Formula One quiz name, you need to give it access to DynamoDB. I've got this one from a previous skill which has all the permissions, but all you're doing in that, if I just go back and show you, in the roles, it's got Amazon DynamoDB full access on the policies, so you have to make sure that that's put on there. Or what I've been doing is actually just running ones back to the same things because I'm testing at the moment and I don't want to. I'll probably just go back and delete all the bits, and this makes it easier for me. So what you need to do at this point, even if it's just adding 1, 2, 3, whatever, sign into Airtable. You're going to need one of them. You can create your own JSON file and do it that way, but this is how my skill connects, and you can replicate that, and I'll show you why a bit later. But basically it just makes things a lot easier when it comes to the changing things, and you don't have to resubmit and recertify every time you've changed a few questions, or you may find you've put something in slightly wrong. But anyway, I have created this one. I've got 5 Formula One questions, which will just be enough. I might just duplicate these. You've gone through, created a basic table. You must have answer in capital, easy in a capital, hard. And so that's the answer, easy and a hard, in the format of an answer. A statement, so it's a bit Jeopardy-esque, and so you're looking to get people to answer with the answer each time, as I demonstrated in the last video. And just create something like this. So come back and do that. You'll need just anything, even if you put in answer 1, this is the question of answer 1 easy, this is the question of answer 1 hard. It's just, you're going to need that, but you may as well chuck something in now. So, do that, come back. And you're back. Good. You're going to want to, now, when you're in your skill, you might have to go into your account settings and turn on the API. So what this skill does is it goes through, it uses Airtable and gets the whole list of questions, and it stores them each time. It just does it once, so it's pretty efficient. You're allowed 5 per second. So unless you're having 5 people fire this at a second, you're not really going to hit any problems. It's kind of unlikely, but just something to be aware of. You might have to upgrade that if it comes to it. Click on API documentation. This is where it goes into how you can use their API. But scrolling down, you will find just on the table, these parameters need to be URI encoded. Click on that. It is going to take you to your URI and API encoder, and you're going to have a base ID. You're going to copy that, and we're going to chuck it in here. Making sure we keep the tab. We are taking the table name. And you're going to need your API key, which I'm going to go off and add this. And we'll see if I can blank it out on the video. Okay, so you have your base ID, your table name, and your API key. We're going to take a copy of those. And I've just created a small bit of code, and you're going to paste, which is called airtable.js. This is just confirming everything is all working. So if you do this section, then you're going to know the Airtable connection's working without having to go in, upload everything to your Echo and Amazon, and then wonder what's hitting. At least if you do this section, you know you've got it all working fine. So you're going to copy those 3 lines, base ID, table name, API key, go to airtable.js and paste it in, same place at the top. You'll see the same format. Save that. You're going to go to that folder, and then just run this as itself. So node airtable.js, hit go. What it should come back with is it's going to pick up the first easy question, the first hard question, and the first answer that it sees. It's not necessarily going to be in the same list that you've got. So it's picking up the fourth record first, and there are 5 questions. So as long as they kind of match, you're good. If you get something weird back, so let's just kill my table name and things like that, you're going to get an error. Unhandled promise. So you're going to make sure you've got all of that section right. Just to reiterate, you must have easy, hard, and answer as capitals for your answer, easy and hard. You're going to have got your base ID, table name. At worst case, stick all of this in this format, and you should get the JSON come back as long as you've got everything connect in your browser. And remember to turn on the API in your settings